The Timmy Chang Show on ESPN Honolulu, KHI, and KHON2 is brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health, HCAMP, Enjoy Snacks, HGEA, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, Ruby Tuesday, IBEW Local 1186, PVT Land Company, Popeyes, Castle Resorts and Hotels, and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
Game time in Manoa. Touchdown, Hawaii! All right, welcome to the Timmy Chang Show, ladies and gentlemen, and to Ruby Tuesday Moanalua. I'm John Veneri, your host, alongside Coach, and how about a big hand because the Rainbow Warriors are bowl eligible. Do it. I know you did it in one of the videos. So we're going. Do it.
No,
Come on, do it. Just do it, just real quick.
No, that's for
Just
the.
come on, dude,
that's
just do
for
it.
the team.
We're going bowling.
No, that's for the team.
Okay, so a lot has actually happened since the last time we had this show. So let's just quickly get through it real quick. Well, we're going to recap. All right, Utah State. The last show was preceding the Utah State game, so let's go through that real quick. Hawaii ended an 8-game series skid against Utah State. UH's last win over the Aggies was in 2010. That was in Logan. In Honolulu, it was in 2009. 546 yards of offense was the most this season. 11 more yards than a win on the road the previous week against Air Force. The defense forced 2 Aggie turnovers, 44-26. Hawaii beats Utah State, win number 5. That set up another big game on the road against Colorado State. The game marked the final meeting as conference members as CSU and Utah State are moving on to the Pac-12 or whatever they're calling it now following this season. And Hawaii did the job, rushing for a season-high 134 yards. Mike Alejado finished with 301 yards passing for his third straight game of at least 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. UH did not allow a sack for the second straight road game, and UH committed a season-low 3 penalties. 31-19 the final score there, win number 6, and that's how Hawaii became bowl eligible. Okay, so that's a quick recap. That, I know, must have felt pretty good, getting what was 3 wins in a row, 2 on the road. Just real quick, your comment. I know you flushed it already, and we're on to the next, but just real quick.
Yeah, you know these conference games, especially in October. October has not been kind to us in years past, and so getting the guys' mindset, them believing in each other, believing in what we can do, whether it's at home and on the road. Two games in Colorado in that stretch.
Yeah.
They were awesome. The coaches did awesome. The guys they keep believing, and they keep performing. They keep executing. You know, and they keep sticking together. So it was 3 great wins in a row right there for us.
In that win against Colorado State, kicker Kansei Matsuzawa has become a worldwide success. Broke Jason Elam's record from 1989 for most consecutive kicks with 21 straight, dating back to last season's last game in 2024. Named a midseason All-American and number 1 in the program history in field goal percentage at .892. My former teammate and 2-time Super Bowl champion was in attendance, and I got to talk to him after his record was broken. Here's Jason Elam.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for him. I mean, that's what dreams are made of. I love his story. I love how, you know, he thought he could do this, and he taught himself to do it, and that's what dreams are made of. I'm happy for him, and he's such a good kid, too.
Yeah.
You know, so you pull for those people.
And he was wearing his jersey. That was kind of cool.
It was cool seeing Jason Elam. You know, just
right?
Yeah, just you know.
The guy was carrying his Super Bowl ring in his pocket. He's like, "Want to see the Super Bowl ring?" I'm like, he pulled it out of his pocket.
I mean, I'm sure, including myself and a lot of Hawaii fans, that's the first time we've seen Jason, you know, outside of when he was playing in Denver, kicking all those field goals in. Yeah. It was very humbling to see him come to the game, supporting, you know, the home team as well as supporting Kansei and just kind of putting that stamp of approval because we know how great of a kicker he was.
Absolutely.
One of the best that ever did it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, and Kansei's such a good dude. We'll get more into him here momentarily. But then this past week, as much as I hate to even talk about it, we're going to talk about it. It was the first matchup against San Jose State with former Hawaiian Navy coach Ken Niumatalolo since he took over the Spartans program. For that recap, we're going to turn it over to KHON2 Sports Director Rob DeMello.
How's it going, everybody? Riding a heavy wave of momentum, having won 3 straight games, entering the outing just 1 game back of first place in the Mountain West. The Rainbow Warriors were knocked off track by the spread and shred at San Jose State. Now, the Spartans' offense was spectacular, posting over 600 total yards, spearheading chunk plays by the bunches as the nation's leading receiver Danny Scudero lived up to the hype. 215 yards on 7 catches with 2 touchdowns as San Jose capitalized on Hawaii penalties and missteps, building a 17-point lead in the third quarter. Now, Hawaii did fight back, getting within 3 at 38-35 behind Micah Alijaro's 367 yards passing and 3 scores. 2 of them went to Jackson Harris, but it was too little too late as Spartans QB Walker Egan directed an eventual game-clinching drive, finishing with 458 yards in a 45-38 Spartan win. UH's 3-game win streak snapped as the Bows fall to 6-3 overall, 3-2 in the Mountain West, as San Jose State retains the Dick Tomey Legacy Trophy, securing a 5th straight win in the series. Hawaii, though, with a chance to bounce back, and in a big way. Up next is Mountain West leading San Diego State at a sold-out Ching Complex on Saturday night. For more coverage, check out the latest episode of Hawaii Football Final on demand at KHON+, KHON2.com, or YouTube. For the Timmy Chang Show, I'm Rob DeMello, KHON2 Sports.
All right, thanks, Rob. Yeah, I mean, that was tough to watch. I know it was still close in the end. Just your initial thoughts. We'll get more into it in our next segment, but just your thoughts on that game.
That was a cool picture. That was the first time I saw that hug that me and Kenny gave. My mom's here and watching, and my dad coached Kenny when he was younger. Is that right here down the street at Radford? Wow. And so he would be pretty proud right now of just kind of how this thing's gone full circle. Just going to the game, just the start of the game, the second quarter in the game wasn't our best. And I think, we were on an uphill battle. I really appreciate how these guys fight, and they continue to fight, right? Yeah. I think right there, that last catch of, he caught the ball. He stiff-armed the corner, stiff-armed the safety, and he went down the sidelines for about 40 yards. We needed that stop. Yeah. And I think if we felt like we got that stop, that we would have won that game right there, and regardless of what had happened. And so, lesson learned for us. But it is like the Mountain West, right? You're going into someone's backyard at 2-5, and you're sitting there at 6-2. And anything can happen. I mean, right before that, we're watching Boise. Fresno State beat Boise at Boise, and then I think another team that we needed to get knocked down a little bit did. And so it set up. Would have set up a big meeting as it is this week. But again, this meeting that we're going to have on Saturday is as big as it gets around here. And
we're going to talk about San Diego State a little later in the show. Coming up next, we're going to talk more San Jose State. And how about a big hand for Coach Timmy Chang, Jason Elam, Kansei, our guests. We'll have more on the Timmy Chang Show right after this quick break.
is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back to Ruby Tuesday Moanalua for the Timmy Chang Show. Coach, riding a 3-game win streak. I know we talked about it just momentarily, just for moments ago about this, the 3-game win streak going into San Jose. Everybody was kind of calling it, I never heard the term really before, and that's probably my fault, but a trap game. It was a game in which you're going in, you knew they were good. You guys had been riding a high. What can you just real quick tell me what off the top of your head you think happened? Because it looked as though you were running the right defenses. Maybe it was execution. The offense did well enough to win the football game, but it seemed like the defense this time around didn't play as well as they've had in previous games. No,
I think it's the collective. It always comes back to the whole overall being of us as a team, right? And as a coach, I'm going to go back and look at it as how can we get better in situations on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as we leave there, Friday as we land. What's the temperature? What's the vibe? What's the focus? Are we too loose? Are we too? You know what I mean? Are we too uptight? I mean, it's you have to have that feel of your team. And just coming out the gate, I thought we thought that we were ready to play and ready to go. In the first series, there's some uncharacteristic penalties and things and things that we really focus on and talk about all the time, and they start to happen.
Well, you had really done a good job of keeping the penalty level down in the previous 3 wins, and then all of a sudden it seemed like it was just a snowball effect.
Yeah, it's the little things. It really comes down to all the little things. The guys understand that, and they're not trying to do it on purpose. I mean,
no, of course not.
Their heart's not in that way. It's all about me, and it's intentional. So. I think once it in that second quarter, I think a lot of the damage was done, and so it's about just kind of regrouping, finding ourselves, and us getting the kickoff, going down and scoring, and then playing battle for battle with them. As I check the box score sheet and where all the yards and all the different things and the momentum switches of the game come in. We were really good, and the defense really settled down in that second half. We just needed one more stop, but you could have, should have, would have done it in the first, second quarter and all these things. But, the thing that I'm really proud about is how these guys keep fighting. They keep sticking in there. And we just, if there's more time on the clock, I think we win that game. But, hats off to Coach Kenny. You know what I mean? Like, it's a 2-5 team that had 4 losses under, in 1 score or less. And they're looking at them and how can they get better? And so, this is our second loss within a score or less. And so, we're back to the drawing board, and we have to, on the way, in the locker room, the message is, hey, we should have done this, could have done that. But at the end of the day, man, we got to get ready, get back on that horse and get ready for this next one. And so I feel really good about how we practiced this week, and it's go time.
So you bring up a good point, because after Air Force, we talked about this in some of our coaches' meetings. You talked about how you change kind of the discipline of the team. Everybody's dressing together, eating together, doing the same thing. It's more, regimented, and that seemed to have worked. Nothing changed prior to this game. You guys all still did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's at the end of the day, at that moment at 7:30 kickoff Pacific time, right there in San Jose, it's about executing. It's about where your mind's at. It's about doing your job. And as coaches, us putting them in that position and really helping them and guiding them and giving them that positive reinforcement to go do it. And so, we didn't get this one done.
There were a couple of questions about this game in the end. Let me ask the first one. It was brought up. I want to know what happened in the fourth quarter. The referees were looking at a Pofele Ashlock catch on the sideline, whether or not he had the catch or not. And it went to a review. It came out of the review, the offense lined up, and you called a timeout. It was the second timeout. It was a little more than 4 minutes, as you can see.
for San Jose.
There's some confusion as to why you might have called that timeout. There are a lot of people in agreement with it, and of course they're not the coaches, and there's a lot of people that are in disagreement. Can you just maybe real quick explain why you called a timeout after coming off of a review?
Yeah, it was a mistake. We had 12 on the field at that time, so if we don't call that timeout, it would have been 3rd and 6, and so we had to burn it just based on leaving the huddle. It's a mental error in the personnel, and so we're calling a play. And there was an extra guy in there that shouldn't have been in there, and when we broke the huddle, we have 12, and you break the huddle with 12, and get ready to snap the ball. It's a penalty. So. That was an error.
That kind of hurt, kind of didn't. But I mean, did you feel like, at that moment, did you feel like, oh man, we're burning this timeout? It's gonna hurt.
No, we're gonna because we made the error, we have to burn the timeout instead of putting a 3rd and 6. 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 are very manageable. Two downs to get a yard.
Absolutely.
2 downs to get 6 yards is not. But again, that's an error, and it didn't make at the end of the day. Not getting back that onside, and having to kick a field goal down 2 scores. The clock was our enemy at that point.
The other question was what seemed to be the lack of urgency towards the end of the game in getting set. Is that at all a problem for you, or was that something that maybe people are just taking the wrong way?
No, great question. Yeah, we want to go as fast as we can. Got to get everybody organized and set and ready to go. Calls got to get made, and that's part of it, right? And a couple of these balls are caught out of bounds, but the clock still runs,
Yeah.
And that's all part of it. So we got to get those guys moving, ready to go. And they're depends where they're coming from, right? It's one of those things where the clock is still running. You can't sub. You're in a 3, 4, 5, 6 play drive. As much as our fans want them to continue to run for miles and miles and miles all day, at some point the body gets kind of tired a little bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep. I get
and
it.
So
I totally get it.
and so
it must be frustrating as a coach.
Well, you can't sub because they're gonna hold it until to allow them to sub, and the clock is running, they are gonna sub, and just to waste time. You know what I mean? Sub a lineman out, sub a guy out. So you can't sub in those situations under 2 minutes, over past 2 minutes. And so it's one of those things.
We're going to give Coach a break so he can pound one of the best local mocos in town right here at Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua. Up next, though, I'm going to be joined by senior running back, and he's actually a graduate. We're going to be talking with Landon Sims coming up here next. You can also go ahead and text questions in, 808-296-1420. We'll be right back with Landon Sims on the Timmy Chang Show next.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
Welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show. Our first guest tonight is a second-generation Rainbow running back. The senior has already graduated with a degree in finance. In September, he led the nation in receptions for tailbacks in all of college football. He leads the Bows in rushing and has 2 touchdowns receiving, a dual threat on offense, and a special teams machine. Please help me welcome Landon Sims to the show.
Thanks for having me, John.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We've been trying to do this. You finally got the okay from your professor. What classes are you taking if you've already graduated?
A bunch of just upper-level finance classes.
Okay,
so
we're going to talk to you about that in momentarily. But first, let's just get into this real quick. You actually had a receiving touchdown before a rushing touchdown this year.
Didn't even know.
I mean, and you were leading. Did you know you were leading the nation in receptions at one point?
I did know that one. Yeah.
Oh, as a running back?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, especially the run and shoot. If you can't be running it, you might as well be shooting.
Might as well be shooting.
There you go. Okay, you've done some amazing things. And by the way, 4 tackles on special teams for this guy, and a couple of them have been really good. Do you like contributing on special teams?
Oh yeah, it's I think it's a testament back to high school where I played outside linebacker. So
I was going to say you're built like a linebacker.
Thank you.
You're built much differently than your father.
Yeah, no, I've got the height on him. I don't know about the legs, but.
Just tell me what it's been like for you now that you've been here for a number of years. You're finally really seeing some success this year. Mm-hmm. You're carrying the football. You're running with authority. You've changed some things physically to better yourself. Tell me about it.
I think, Coach Chang was saying in a team meeting, I think a week ago or so, that, as soon as you start to figure it out, the time is up. And I think I just started figuring everything out this year. Yeah. And unfortunately, it's my last year. It's been a hell of a ride. But I've loved every minute. Wouldn't change it for the world. But, yeah, I feel like as a team, as a player, I've really started to figure things out. Offense, defense, special teams. And yeah, I'm just ready to get it done in this last couple weeks.
Okay, so tell me, you graduated with a degree in finance. Mm-hmm. You've also been interning? You've been working with a bank. Go ahead and shout out whoever you want to shout out, including Ben Falk.
Yeah, so Greg Hackler, my boss with First One Bank, private banking, wealth management. It's a great team. Yeah, you've got a picture up there. So it's with Alan Arizumi. Great team, great guys. Just one of those places where you love getting up every day and going to work, which I never thought I would really take a 9-to-5 route. But with these guys, they made it, as a summer intern, you're in Hawaii, right? I'd much rather be at the beach with my friends.
I heard you made some money, too, doing this.
Who'd you hear that from?
Just a little birdie told me.
Okay.
It rhymes with Ren.
Oh.
Ren Dalk.
Okay. Well, we actually, Ben and I created a portfolio together for my boss. It was a retirement portfolio for a bunch of stocks, and it's done pretty well. So he's happy with us.
I think we need some help. Are you helping guys with their NIL money?
Actually, yes.
You are.
Yeah.
I was just throwing it out there. Well, that's good. Who's trusting you with their money?
Not trust me with my money. It's more so like, hey, what should I be doing? And so I give them a plan. I'm like, hey, you want to invest? Here's how you do it. Here's what you should be doing. Just because financial literacy is such a problem, especially in our generation with athletes. With NIL, they're making so much money they don't know what to do with it, right? And you see them blowing it on these cars and these fancy things, and that's not quite the way you want to do it, but to each their own.
Okay. Also, I have a picture of you doing something physical, but it's also helping kids. Tell me about this.
Yeah, no, that's
you can thank Ben for this again too.
That's
tell me a little bit about what's going on.
First One Bank Community Care. So this was after a practice on like a Saturday off week or something like that, and what I did is finished up practice, finished up workouts, and then we actually drove up to North Shore, and this is for a housing for kids that don't quite have housing after foster care. Mm-hmm. So as soon as they turn 18, they're out of the program. And so they need a place to go, and this is one of those places. And so we kind of rehabilitated it and made it a good quality living place.
More than just a football player, folks. This guy is taking advantage of everything he's getting. I'd like to say part of the reason why he's here is because of his father, and maybe we buried the lead, but let's bring him on up real quick. Come on up.
Oh, no.
Move that chair closest to us, and then put this headset on and hit that button. He's kind of built like a lineman now.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I'm just saying that people say that to me. It's like, no, I played running back too. Hit that button right there so we can hear you. Left. Okay, there.
And for the people that don't know that I played, I was not a guard. So just don't think that I was.
You were recruited to come out here. Did he have any influence on that?
No, I've been very open about that, and with my decision, it was I wasn't planning on playing college football. I was going to go to Pepperdine, study finance, do that, but
Wow.
no football route, nothing really in my future. But yeah, I got a call from
How many times have you seen these highlights?
never. Gosh, I see those all the time.
They're in standard. They're in standard definition. That's how old they are.
I know. I'm surprised they're in color.
Okay, what about the influence on the number? You had to wear the number.
No, okay. So I was actually the only player.
Which, by the way, I was 29. He was 30.
That's right.
There you go. I was the only player in my class that didn't get to choose their number. So that was, I don't know who.
You got stuck with your dad's
No,
number?
I got stuck with it. I was like, all right, they're really playing into this one. So
I gave Al a couple bucks.
no, okay. Yeah. So I go in and they ask you what number you want. I go, well, I'll take 32. That's my high school number, but that was retired in like the 50s, I think.
Okay.
And they didn't tell me that, so I just submitted my form, and then come practice day, come game day, it's 30s hanging in my locker. And I was like,
It's because the equipment manager was our equipment manager.
Yes.
So
That's right.
that was just a natural thing. Okay, here. This was a special moment. So we've had a special moment on this show where Coach Chris Brown and Coach Timmy Chang gave Giovanni Iovino a full ride scholarship. Well, I was also a part of a very special moment, and it was a surprise when we brought in Travis Sims, and Coach Timmy said, hey, I want you to be a part of this. I want you to film it. And this was a very special moment. Did you have any idea why your dad was coming up to talk to the team? Coach Timmy kind of like said, you know, that their offense was awesome. Our offense is awesome. Here's the guy who ran it. And it was your dad. He came. Did you had no idea?
I had absolutely an idea. I knew it was coming.
Did you really?
I did, yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Wow.
No, I put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
He's
Yeah.
fairly smart.
It still feels good though to have your entire team rush you like that after getting a full scholarship from your dad.
If you watch different angles of that video, there are players that just start beating the hell out of my head.
That's kind of how
I know that's how they show love out here, and we're a bunch of rough guys, but oh my God, I woke up with a headache the next morning, and I knew exactly where it was from.
But it feels better with a scholarship.
Oh hell yeah, it does.
I'm okay with that too.
Tell me what that felt like for you, Dad.
It was amazing. I mean, you see those things on ESPN or all the different social media aspects, and it was great handing that to him and talking. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, obviously, but I was breaking up almost on that. And Timmy said, "Get to the point." Yeah. No, I mean, he said that before because either he knew my emotions would hit it, or I think he just wanted me to get the heck out of there. But he said, "Hey, get it done," and I got up there, and knocked it out real quick, and it was just a great emotional thing. My wife was up on top, and before the meeting there, I told her, honey, a lot of women don't even come into this place. It's kind of
it's a sacred
hallowed
place.
ground.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was a great moment. It was a great moment for Landon and myself. So really enjoyed that.
I'm glad you brought up your wife because you're going to need to make money and work because apparently this guy doesn't have a job. He's at every one of your games.
I know.
But it's nice because I've got some pictures. It's kind of cool to have your dad around.
Yeah, absolutely, I'd say. It is nice that I've eventually started to get recognized on my own and not just because of this guy. It used to be,
That's true.
Bro,
That's true.
Travis boy. Yep, that's me. My name's Landon, by the way.
Was that your version of pigeon?
Yeah.
Yeah. He does it once in a while.
Yeah.
He throws it at me. But on that note, not to take over your show, but there was last week at San Jose State, there was a lady in front of us. And this is a moment, it was a very special moment for me, is she turned around and she goes, "Are you Landon's dad?" Right? And as a father...
No, but he's told me the story. You got to listen.
And as a father, you sit there and you go, okay, obviously I've done what I've done here in the islands. Historically, it's always, hey, Landon's your son, Landon's your son. And it now came full circle, and now I'm his dad, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
And on that note, we're going to go to a quick break. How about a big hand for Landon? Good luck this weekend against San Diego State. We've had our battles. We've had our battles against the Aztecs. In fact, all of our losses could be attributed to Marshall Falk.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
How about a big hand for Travis? Coming up next, my broadcast partner and my true life brother, Mark, is up next with De'Jon Benton, one of the best in the country. We'll have that next on the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
Welcome back to the Timmy Chang Show. Our next guest has been a workhorse on the defensive front seven, that's for sure. Originally attended USC and most recently New Mexico before transferring to Hawaii. While he already has a degree, he continues to make opposing quarterbacks wish they never played against Hawaii, that's for sure. 24 tackles with 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries, and one of the highest graded D linemen in the conference and in the entire country. And that was a rating against Fresno State. Please welcome De'Jon Benton to the show, everybody.
Hello.
He says hello. Okay, first off, I want to get to this, all right? De'Jon, you have 25 pressures, which ranks number 2 amongst Mountain West interior linemen. And I tell this throughout the broadcast.
Who's number 1?
That's a good question. We got to find out who's number 1. Can we find out? Keegan, he normally gets on that. So I'll ask him to find out, and we'll get that corrected to you being number 1, right?
Come on.
Well, for you, how do you have that motor? Because that's something that we talk about in the broadcast. Your motor is endless, and you just seem to attack.
Yeah. Shout out Coach Samu, man. That was my high school coach. And then on top of that, really, I just want to make a person feel me. And so wherever that ball is, I just make the conscious choice to go out and go after the ball.
Now, how hard was it for you? Because you were coming off an injury in New Mexico. You had that year in the layoff. You take a chance at the University of Hawaii. You come out here. It just seems like you're playing for so much more. We talk about that all the time in the broadcast, that you're going out there because it looks like you're playing for so much more. Can you talk us through what you went through to get back to where you are now?
Yeah. So after my choice to leave USC, I had went and met with Bronco Mendenhall, and my first impression of him, I was like, man, I want to play under him. And turns to find out he a hard ass, and so that's also what made me want to play under him even more. And so then I had got hurt, and then I had torn my bicep tendon, which they had said that I can either keep playing on it or I could get a medical red shirt and come back again next year. And so it hurt bad. Each and every time I would strike a person, it would hurt. Like I would still refuse to give up, but then it just got to a point where I just couldn't take the pain no more. And so then I did that, and then that whole time it was just like a self-discovery kind of time. Like that whole process, I was tore down to be built back up, and so that's just the final.
The story
product
of perseverance, guys. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And how did you get connected with Coach Timmy Chang? How did that all come about?
Coach Rainbow, he had gave me a call, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna see what they got going on, and that's when, when a recruit goes, they talk to everybody, and so when I had went and talked to Coach Chang, during that time in my life, I was just now becoming the man of my family, and so this was my first time stepping into that leadership role for not just myself, but for the people that's behind me too. And so I had expressed to him that where I was at, I want to learn how to become a leader. And so he said, shit, this is the place to do it. Oh, excuse my language.
Oh, no, you're good. I heard shoot,
bad.
so it's okay. Don't worry. Everybody heard that, right? We're good. Okay.
But,
You have also a father who is really involved in your life, and then after the game, he went up to a scout, a San Francisco 49ers scout,
Yeah.
and you guys can check it out. It's actually gone viral, and it's gone, I think, what did you say, over 129,000 views at this point?
600,000.
Or 600,000 views, okay?
yeah.
So his dad goes up to the San Francisco 49er scout and it says, hey, are you looking at, number 79? You should take a look at him. And the rest is?
He said, the 49er scout had told my dad, he said, yeah, we know him. We're watching him. And then my dad went on and said, hey, look, don't worry about the risk, but watch my son. And so,
and 600,000 views later, it has gone viral.
And
so
1,000 followers later too.
Right, that's advice for fathers, right? Go out there, advocate for their son, right?
Yeah, he did that to the fullest.
Now, I got to get to this because there's two things here that I have questions for you, De'Jon. The first one, by the way, he is a graduate of the University of Southern California, and I need to know this. Your degree is in non-governmental organizations and social change.
Yeah.
Can you explain to everybody what that even means?
Hey, look, all right, so look.
Like, I have no idea what that means.
Hey, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't even pick that degree. He was chosen for me.
Oh, my goodness.
But doing my research, it has to do with nonprofit organizations.
Got it.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. Okay, and then another thing, guys. How many of you guys, and I want the crowd to raise their hand, and you probably don't even know this, De'Jon is a poet, okay? A really good poet. How many of you guys would like to hear something from De'Jon? Look, sorry, I had to put you on the spot, so
Man,
I know you got something.
You got me feeling all embarrassed. Now my cheeks red. You can't see it, but my cheeks a little red now, man.
What do you got off the top of your head?
All right.
I'm ready for you.
Okay.
No pressure.
Feeling like I'm the greatest, holding the torch of ages. I carry the flame of 1,000, picture me on the greatness. I walk in faith and paces. I hold my breath to fading. Energy swelling my sternum, my picture wins and phases. The test of time will determine my way through tribulations. This life of mine been hard. I carry wishes daily. That's all y'all get.
Oh, yes, that's awesome. That is awesome. So how did you get into poetry?
I started writing when I was in high school. Yeah. I started writing when I was in high school. Some of my homeboys was doing it, and so I was just like, for fun, I just started making up rhymes and stuff like that, but then it actually turned into a passion for me, like an outlet to express myself a little bit more.
I think
rather
we
than
got to
just-
get this clip, by the way, on social media. We need that clip of what he just recited to everybody. That was awesome.
Man.
And how do you get that? Because it was obviously motivational. Is that kind of what you got going on for you when you're in the locker room pregame and when you're out on the field? Because it seems like to me every time you're one, either around the ball or two, you're making some type of play. Does that lead to your motivation? That self-belief, that type of motivation for you?
You talking about my poetry?
Yeah. Does it help you with the self-belief?
Well, my poetry, that's all based off just my life experience. And the way that I play is because of everything that I had experienced in my life, And so that's just another form of expression for me to be able to get that out.
Well, we're going to make sure that De'Jon is the number one in pressures. We'll get the name for him so he figures that out coming up. But give a big round of applause for De'Jon Benton, the poet, in the house. Coming up next, Coach and John are back, and we talk more about this big week's game against San Diego State. This is the Timmy Chang Show.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, welcome back to Ruby Tuesday in Moanalua, home of the Timmy Chang Show. Oh, I like that. There we go. Hawaii faces the winners of 6 consecutive games and are in sole possession of first place atop the Mountain West standings. San Diego State comes to a sold-out TC Ching Field this weekend. Coach, they have been outscoring opposition this season, 231-80. The 151-point margin through 8 games is San Diego State's largest of its previous 6 games. 7-1 start. They're pretty good.
Cooking. They are cooking. Yep. Coach Sean Lewis does a great job, in his short time there. And, I think, they're all 3 phases, them on offense, being able to move the ball and score points, their defense, which I get a chance to pay a lot of attention to. They are very, very athletic, and they do a great job in their scheme and what they do in special teams. They're very solid, and so they've been putting it on a lot of the Mountain West teams that they have played, and smothering them, and it's going to be a good game.
And you speaking of good games, in the last 3 games that you played against San Diego State, it's been an outcome of a score or less when you've played them. In your opinion, what's it going to take this weekend to get over the hump against them?
Yeah, it's it takes execution, it takes performance. It's us being in the right mindset, and going out there and just everybody doing their job. It's one of those things like we all know. The game is consistently almost the same. Schematic wise, it's our guys just trying to put their will and execute and perform every single job task that they have, and whoever does it, all 11 guys at a time, is going to put themselves in position to win. And
then you mentioned also, Coach, you had a good week of practice. Coming off the San Jose loss, has the mindset been, hey, we're right back on track, next mission, next game up, that type of mentality heading into this week?
100%. Yeah, it has to. It's week after week after week of being ready to get up and get going, and what an opportunity that we have in the Clarence T.C. Chang to take on the number 1 Mountain West opponent. And so, what a great, they're doing awesome. They're a great team, and much respect to them.
I'll use that term, trap game. They're facing a trap game every week as they are the leaders in the conference. They've got one of the best defenses in the country, let alone the conference. But this is an opportunity. I mean, when TC Ching is packed, you said it yourself. Aloha Stadium, 50,000 fans, white out, all white jerseys, confetti being thrown. That was great. But TC Ching gets loud, and it has been fun lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really fun. And this one's good, and this one's sold out as well, right? That's us just continuously, the guys continuously buying in and doing it. The state, getting to see the games and believing in the team. It's a fun environment, like you mentioned. You guys get to call it every weekend.
Yeah.
And
thank you, by the way, because It's been fun.
It's good. It's good. And you guys do a great job of you guys are always behind our team, and the guys love that. They appreciate that, because they're playing for the state. And so what an opportunity we have Saturday to go out there and the whole state gets to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. All 8 islands. They get to listen to you guys, and it's going to be a sold-out crowd.
Tell me about your shirt.
Yeah, the 442nd Regiment. We're honoring them. It's Military Week, and this is the most decorated. The 100th Battalion is the most decorated armed forces unit in history, and so General Lee came and talked to the team about the importance of what they fought for, what they believed in. Our older retired for armed forces, went to battle in World War II. So many good stories about what they did, how they did it, what they sacrificed, and were willing to sacrifice just to prove that we belong. And it really resonated with us, because it is what Hawaii stands for. It's what this football team stands for. We're fighting for belonging, and we have a pride about ourselves. And so just wanted to wear the shirt. They generally came by and honored all our coaching staff with all these shirts, and so this is just a testament to them, and we will wear their sticker on our helmet
awesome.
On this game.
That is fantastic.
Is it going to be on the helmet, like which side, or is it going to replace anything on the helmet?
No, it'll be on the back of the back of the sticker.
Helmet.
Yep. But we're surrounded by our military forces here in the Pacific and right here on this island, and they've had a big impact on our team. Retired Colonel Trey Johnson will be honored. He was there with me and coaching me and Coach Chris and the rest of our guys. And he has helped us in establishing a culture of a mission mindset and our mental toughness and those things. And so there's another regiment that trained us at Bellows, and we also did some training out in at Schofield right before the season started. So we are entwined within our military family here, and we are very appreciative. But the 442nd was special, and they were the heart and soul of Hawaii and our armed forces group, and we want to keep their legacy going.
Right now is a weird time because for most, yes, that does deserve a round of applause. I totally agree with all of that. Right now is a weird time. It's only been a few years since you actually had to re-recruit your own players That is a time that you're dealing with right now. Re-recruiting your own players is something completely new, and it happened in NIL, transfer portal. You got to try to keep the guys you got still.
100%. I mean, there's a new rule that came on. They're always trying to fine-tune rules and transfer portal window dates. But we're set on this the 2nd to the 16th of January. There will be no recruiting going on in December. Physically, us going out and getting guys. But a lot of it will go on to January, right into the start of the school year. But guys are free to leave and go to do what they do. So, for us, it's about getting properly funded to help keep our recruits, keep the Profele Ashlocks, keep the Micahs, keep the Lesters, keep the Jemiah Otises, the EPs, and we have them here on island, and everything matters. Everything matters, within our community, our fan base, the support that we get in any type of way. It all goes into the story of making our team great. We're watching Jackson Harris. Jackson didn't catch many balls at Stanford. He's a four-time consecutive 100-yard receiver, catching, I think, 5 or 6 touchdowns in those games in that stretch.
Six touchdowns, yep.
And so these are guys that we want to keep here and make sure that we're building our roster and also welcoming new recruits, new people to our family, our brotherhood, as well as just recruiting the islands, our staple of guys that are here. Taking care of those guys, and a lot of them have families. Stories like Ethan Spencer, Holt Hooley, Wyndon, and all those guys. And so it's all part of re-recruiting and getting the help.
We're going to take a quick break. How about a big hand for Mark Veneri? You can catch him with me on Saturday on ESPN Honolulu. We'll be back with Coach here on the Timmy Chang Show after this.
This is the Timmy Chang Show, presented by ESPN Honolulu, K-High, and KHON2.
All right, final couple of minutes here on the Timmy Chang Show at Ruby Tuesday. Don't forget, you can catch the TV broadcast of this show at 6 p.m. on K-High on Thursday and at 10:30 on KHON on Friday. And they also rebroadcast the radio show before the game about 3 hours. I just want to say this real quick because there is something that's happening this weekend. And in an effort to help and make a difference within the state of Hawaii and on campus, University of Hawaii Athletics will be partnering up with the Hawaii Food Bank and the university's Office of the Vice Provost for student success. What they're doing is they're accepting food donations, non-perishable, throughout the weekend at each of the games, Wahine volleyball, football on Saturday, and volleyball on Sunday, men's basketball on Sunday as well. You can go ahead and bring in some non-perishables, and it is going to go into a food vault, and that's going to help both student athletes and families that are in need. So how about a big hand for the Hawaii Food Bank and all of what the University of Hawaii is trying to do. More information on hawaiiathletics.com, of course. All right, Coach, final thought, just real quick, before we give that nice basket away.
Yeah, just looking forward to this game. I mean, it's a big game. You know, going into our last game into San Jose, the stakes, I mean, everything was kind of lined up, you know, with a couple of those teams losing and us having an opportunity to really to put it out there and make this game for who's going to lead the Mountain West. And so they're in the driver's seat right now, but what a great opportunity that we have. I love where our boys are at and their mindsets at. I love where our coaches are at, and here we go. It's going to be one of those type of games where you're just going to strap up, you're going to bite down a little bit harder, and we got to go to work. And so would not love to do it in front of the whole state.
Yeah, there we
and you know, just and a full packed out Clarence TC Chang. So what an environment an opportunity that we get to do.
All right, let's pick a name. We're giving away the Enjoy basket. Want to say mahalo to everybody on your screen right now. Okay. To Maya Sismar. Or is it Mia?
Oh, it's Mia.
Sismar. And we all say, go Bows.
Go Bulls.